Fable was a game released in 2004 for the original Xbox, which is why this release for 360 is titled Fable Anniversary. First, let me begin by saying this game is probably the best of the entire series. From Fable 2 and 3 to the side games, this one is still tried and true winner for number 1. For those unfamiliar with this game, I'll sum it up quickly for you. This is a real-time combat RPG adventure game that incorporates choice. This takes a perspective of a third person, dropping the player into a sort of medieval world. The story begins by taking on the role of a young child that grows up and is trained to become a hero. As the story progresses, things are revealed and the game becomes more of a quest for revenge. The story is not exactly on rails, however, every choice boils down to a major mission or a side mission. The choices you make rarely shape the world drastically, but instead shape your character more. Horns or halos, it's really nice that the player is given a choice, but it's still just their choice. Aside from a few major choices, they are pretty easy to discern which is the good or evil choice. This usually just boils down to a simple kill or protect type mission. Being a warrior, thief, or mage are the basic setups for beginner classes. Using these skills within missions will progress the story. The gameplay is still dated. Dodging is pretty clunky, and the targeting system often targets enemies far away or even allies. And attacking the wrong people can get you in a lot of trouble in this game, from ending your mission to ruining a bonus boasting achievement. Because of the dated combat and the gameplay, after a while it's easier to drop the magic and bow attacks and instead mashing through the hordes of enemies with one button. Exploring Albion is dated somewhat also, as it is divided up by a bunch of loading screens. And not many areas are huge, so you'll be seeing a loading screen often, even if it's just 10 to 15 seconds long. The menu interface has been tuned to help players find things a lot easier, but it's still very large and requires the use of a few buttons to navigate. The game still feels lively as ever though, incorporating townsfolk cheering every time you go shopping, even if you really don't want it. Yet the whole town wants to marry your player after a while. A little weird, but whatever. Again, the big draw of this game is building up your character into this monster god-like character. However, it is stifled by the fact that you become the devil reincarnated or a little angel, and almost nothing will change, and no one will care. This is a fairly short game. If you do not do the side quests, open demon doors, or fish and dig up all the hidden secrets. And while this game may be a completionist dream, it will come off a bit intimidating to the casual gamer. So this is where I begin the review of Fable Anniversary and not just Fable for the Xbox. Fable Anniversary differs from the original Fable by incorporating both Fable and the expansion The Lost Chapters in with it. This allows for short-lived add-on after beating the game, which allows the player to continue exploring the world of Albion. Besides that, it is basically upscaling the original Fable plus the Lost Chapters. Everything looks a lot better, it's cleaned up a lot, but at its core it's the same game. I'd like to say this is the end of the review. I really would. But with most games like today, there are serious glitches and problems. The first glitch is the most unforgiving, and it's that the game freezes up. I had this occur on 3 separate occasions. I thought it wouldn't be such a problem because of all the incorporated autosave and checkpoint system. However, this wasn't the case because the checkpoint system and autosave doesn't occur often. And when it does occur, it's usually at the beginning of a quest or at a part that will cost you a lot of time. I had this occur on me when I was doing the arena, and I've had times where the game's almost froze and it was kind of like thinking about what it wanted to do for a few seconds. This was in the middle of combat too. There are other stranger glitches also, from walking through the ground after opening a demon door to having an entire game slow down on me for less than 10 frames per second. Again, this is on the 360 and not the PC. Also, the graphical updates are nice, but because of nasty pop-ins, they really don't do much. Some parts are worse than others. You can see fairly unrendered backgrounds in mountains, trees, people, armor, and even things just on the menu. These glitches bothered me so much that I find it hard to recommend the re-release to anyone, and considering the price tag, it's a lot to pay for a glitchy game from 10 years ago. Add to that, it is only available for the Xbox 360, and consider that the Xbox One, along with the other next-gen systems, are already released. It's hard to justify a purchase like this. It's disappointing. I was excited to play this game in all its glory on the 360 properly, and it seems the glitches just overshadow it for me. I gave Fable Anniversary a C+. This is a great game, but the game-breaking glitches really ruin the experience. Along with the arcade gameplay and the pop-in textures, it seems like there's very little difference from the original. I am Protomario, and if you want to see more reviews, please check out my game reviews playlist on my channel. I hope you enjoyed that video, and now time for a public service announcement. I'm Protomario, leader of the Maverick Rebellion. Are you tired of giant YouTube partners never replying to any comments? Are you sick and tired of seeing large YouTube partners making great videos but never releasing any for weeks at a time? Are you tired of the mundane, continuous reality that keeps being pushed in your face? Copyrights, violations, videos being taken down on YouTube. Join the rebellion today and become a maverick, where all of that will change for you. Just click the subscribe button. You'll be in great hands. I'm Protomario, and I approve this message. Mavericks unite.